Alright, here we have Bushidachi? Bushidaki? I think it's Bushidachi. Um, Search the abyss for your missing samurai friend. Submitted by Feared Fox. It's made in Unity, and it was a solo dev, so no external assets listed. Let's take a look at the game page. A Metroidvania platformer inspired by Team Cherry's Hollow Knight. This game narrates the tale of a Ronin awakening in a field where a meteor has just struck, carving out an abyss with its crater. Unable to find his swordsman companion, he plunges into the abyss, swiftly unraveling that the meteor has introduced alien life to the scene. The game consists of 2 acquirable abilities, 4 standard enemies, and 1 boss. It's PG-13, programming, art, and animation, all by Feared Fox. Sound design, Shannon. I thought this was a solo dev. I'm not sure. And they didn't list external assets, so... Tools used, Unity, Sprite, Audacity. Pretty common. This is the first game I've ever made, and it's the first time I have programmed in C#. I have learned a lot from this game, and I look forward to participating in future jams. I hope you enjoy. Controls. Okay, you do have gamepad support. Let's see. WASD or gamepad left stick movement. Spacebar or gamepad A jump. S or gamepad left stick down is rest at campfire. It respawns enemies, saves game, and heals the player to full. Okay. M or gamepad select button for opening the map. It's a good thing to have a map. X for attack. And then J or gamepad, and it doesn't list the button for dash, but I'm hoping I can figure that out pretty easily. So let's get started. I don't have here any intro sounds, and from what I can tell, the gamepad doesn't work for navigating the menu. So that's something to think about in the future when you're adding gamepad support, is controls in the menu. So I'll click play. New game. All right. So square is jump on the PS4 controller. I feel like that should be an attack, and X, the most downward button on your pad should be jump. So yeah, square, circle. That's a little. I'm gonna have problems with that. Looks like you can do a downward sling or swing upward. Any diagonals? No. Okay. I like the programmer art. Definitely if you want to get into pixel art, I definitely suggest, taking a look and seeing what you can do. I'm a terrible artist, but I'd like to think I've improved over the past couple years. So okay, square, jump. I got to remember that. That's going to be a little hard to remember. Okay, I like the background. Color-wise, nothing sticks out except the player. Specifically, the color-coded limbs. I know why you have them color-coded, just to help with the animation. But if you were going to go, I really feel like you should have finished that one out. But maybe you just didn't have the time, so we'll see. Okay. It sounded like I could tell that I was doing damage, or maybe that was me taking damage. I'll have to double check. Let's see. Gotta remember. Jump is square. Okay. The monster does have some feedback when taking damage, but I feel like it's not enough. I feel like at least like a flash or some other visual feedback other than just audio. Um, not just because, it I feel like it really needs it because if someone were to be playing your game and uh, was hard of hearing or couldn't hear, that would definitely make it much harder for them to figure out whether or not they hit an enemy. Let's see, what button was mouse or map? Okay, so you have it fully explored. It is dynamic, so that's good. Judging by the route, it looks like that I need to go up, to the right, down, and the first left. I probably should take that way because I think maybe either there's a power up there and that opens up the bottom section, and then I can come down here and explore. So I'm going to try that first. I may have to go to the bottom first. It may require some backtracking. So how do I turn? Okay. All right. We got this. Um, there's no background music that I can hear. So it's not necessarily a bad thing, but with the lack of other feedback, maybe it should be there. I'm not sure yet. Oh, wait a minute. Can I take damage from dead enemies? No. Okay. Double check the map. Yeah. What is that noise I'm hearing? Oh, it's the shooting. Okay. I thought I was taking damage or something. Okay, so I can't hit them like that. Hmm. Okay. So you start from the beginning. If you die, at least until you reach a save point. Hold on. I should not have been hit. Yeah. You definitely should work on enemy hitboxes and player hitboxes because this shouldn't happen. But this is your first game, so definitely take this as a learning experience. Is there coyote jump? Nope. Okay, gotta remember that. If you don't know, since this is your first game, coyote jump gives the player, a little bit of a split second to once they leave the platform to make a hop. Now it doesn't have to be completely generous. Maybe you've got one. No, I was still on the edge there. Yeah, I don't think it's there, but it's not too punishing at the moment. So I don't think it's a big. I gotta remember what's hit and what's not. No, I'm just gonna avoid that thing because that was hard to hit. I think it said press up to save. I'm assuming this is a save, but maybe it's up here. Yeah, it's up here. Okay. I would definitely anything you can interact with, like like save spots, I would put an icon above, or at least give some feedback that once they pass them, that you did succeed in uh, triggering it. Let me figure out how to trigger it correctly without having to. Let's see. I feel like. Let's see. Yeah. Control. What was that? That was a little bug in the menu, it looks like. Yeah, you definitely don't want your player to be moving or any other entity to move if you're paused. And it doesn't give me controls in game, which if you can, you want to do, because you don't want the player to have to go out and what was it? Gamepad left stick down. Do you mean like pressed in? Oh, well, it looks like maybe I'm dying, but I've already triggered it. We'll see. But it's a good thing you let the player know that, hey, there's a safe spot up ahead, so be mindful of that. I can't interact with that. Just looks like it says attack. Oh. Hmm. Yeah, I definitely do not know. Like, there was some feedback there, but I'm gonna die. So yeah, I did trigger the save spot. Definitely want the player to know that. Um, let's see. You definitely want these hit boxes and hurt boxes to be fixed. Ooh. Oh, can I? Okay. What was dash? And is dash a power up? I think it's a power up. Do I have to kill him? Is he gonna give me the power up? Or do I need this? See, this is what I was talking about in other situations. Oh, I didn't. Did I pick it up? I don't know. I don't remember pressing that button. A death animation would be nice. Oh, yeah, there's a glitch right here. And I think it happens if you press down right here. So right where you spawn. At least it sends you, I mean, at least you don't get soft locked or anything. So you don't have to reset the game. Did it keep my power up status or can I actually? Yeah, okay, let me quickly read this. Press or hold X to perform ranged slash. Okay, I believe that's a charge effect. But that's a little weird. Okay. The first time I held it for a long time, and it seemed like it took a while to release. Let's see again. Maybe that was just me. Alright, take this. Oh, he should have not been able to hit me from that far away. And the constant walking is kind of weird for the idol. It doesn't look like I gained anything from this. So I believe I was blocked off here, but maybe power slash, yeah. Ooh, okay. I checked my map. Yep, I was right in my assumptions. I am a genius. Oh, it looks like it happens in every single spot. Is it? And it's... Hmm, that's interesting. It may be in every single fire. And I have no clue if I actually activated it. So once again, giving player feedback and adjusting hitboxes and hurtboxes should be a maybe your next big focus on your next game, or if you continue working on this one. Let me see, check my map. Okay, I'm gonna assume I'm gonna need to go upward first. I'm on the far left side, I think. Part of the issues, the controller likes to stop working. I need a new one. The USB port is a little janky and doesn't stick well. And you can't, oh, yeah, you can jump charge. That's crazy range. And the enemy hit sounds like it should be coming from the player, not the enemy. I expected something more monstrous. My controller's really giving me trouble today. Okay, at least I know there's a safe spot. That is, at least the bug is probably easy to fix, since it's probably just a collider issue. Power up. Oh, oh. Well, that's weird. It's not any of those. So what is it? That wasn't very clear to me. Maybe I'll hit something on my controller that tells me that I'm dashing. Let me check my map again. So yeah, I'm gonna go down and to the right. Question is, will I need to be able to use the dash, and if I can figure out how to use it. I'm gonna go left to see if any kind of like switch activates that, or if that's definitely no, I think I need the dash to use that. Let's see. Let me yeah, iron bars. J or gamepad. I'm I can't get it to work on my gamepad. I don't know if it's mapped or not. So J. I'm gonna have to use my keyboard along with my mouse. Oh, boss. Okay. Now I'm not really sure what I need to do here. Okay, there is a break in... Wait a minute, what's hitting me? That is coming out way too fast. Oh. So I need to avoid these things. And then I hope that that makes this boss invincible. Or invulnerable. Mm. Yeah, I really can't tell if I'm hitting him or not. And those things come out really fast. Okay. I'll give this a couple more tries just because I know I'm at the end. But if I don't beat it, then I already have a good idea of how this game is supposed to be played. And my controller, it's just, yeah, I can't. And part of the problem is the layout of the controller mappings is just, it's just really awkward. I don't even know how they would make sense on a Xbox controller. Yeah, I feel like I'm not going to beat the boss, so I'm going to go ahead and get to the rating. So let's do that. So we'll start you out with the 3. Alright, Metroidvania, you definitely understand the Metroidvania, style, the, laying out, power-ups for progression. I could feel, like, with the map, I intuitively knew where I was going. Like, there was no guesswork. So maybe it was a little too linear. Now, if this was really polished, but the same amount of content, um, I think some of these ratings would be, higher. But, there's a lot to be desired. So I'm gonna give you a 3, not a 2. But definitely take what I said into consideration. Um, sensory, it's either a 2 or a 1. And some of that is there's no music. The player getting hit versus an enemy getting hit, the sounds are not distinguished enough for me to like intuitively tell what's going on, like if I'm getting hit or they're taking damage. Maybe enemies could use like a flash or a knockback or both, give the player a sense of success when they, hit an enemy, it knocks them back, and they can go, okay, I can step back and try and lure him into the spot I want him to. So I feel like, to be fair or honest, it's a 1 in my opinion. But, this is your first game. Don't take it, as a dig, or you should never do this again, quit making games. Just keep these things in mind. Execution, once again, there were a couple of bugs. At least there was a consistent bug that you can fix after the jam. I feel like there were not things weren't as clear as they should have been, such as, besides the hits, there was the, actually saving the game. I had no clue if running by it was doing it, or, you know, pressing down next to it was the right way. Um, so I would knock that down due to that. There are the hitbox issues. Um, I'm not going to dock you on that because this is your first game, and you know, these are one of the like feedback is in a very important subject, like feedback given to the player by the game. Um, so that's something you should really keep in mind. I think that prevented you from getting 3 stars. Enjoyment, you know, with everything I've talked about, um, excluding my controller acting up, the buttons definitely threw me off. The layout, they were not intuitive at all. So that takes away from the 3 stars. Um, not having, not knowing whether or not I'm hitting enemies or taking damage in an intuitive way did hamper my enjoyment as well. So I'm gonna have to say it's a 1. I think if you improved on everything I said, uh, you would have got a 3 stars in enjoyment. Definitely 3 in execution and 3 in sensory. I think, just the things I mentioned, you could have knocked your score up significantly. But, ratings don't matter. It's the feedback. So if you come out of this video with something, take the feedback that I have given and, really think about it. So I'm going to go ahead and save your game. And, for a first game, and submitting, huge congrats. I wish I could have voted higher because it's not a great feeling to have to rate lower stars, but I gotta be honest and, fair to everyone. So while you didn't score well, there's a lot of potential, and I really, really advise you to just keep making games, keep working on these things. I hope I see you submit something in the next Metroidvania month that I participate in. I'm not sure which one that'll be, but have a good day.